Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another reaction video, man. This time we're going to be doing Lil Wayne Funeral. 24 tracks, over an hour and 16 minutes on, so it's a very, very long album right here. Some interesting features as well. Big Sean Lil Baby, JRock. Adam Levine is here too. That's kind of a crazy feature to have on this project, bro. 2 Chainz, Takeoff, The Dream. Even X is here on the track, Get Out of My Head. So let's see how this album is going to be, man. I'm just happy that we get to listen to a Wayne project without actually having to deal with any of the situations that Carter 5 had of being released late because of Birdman. At this point, we actually listened to Carter 5, enjoyed the album. Now we get to listen to Funeral and see how this is going to be as well. So let's get right to the first track, bro. Funeral, Lil Wayne. Let's get right here, 3 minutes and 15 seconds on. See how this is going to be.
Welcome to the funeral.
Weezy F, baby.
Niggas crying like 2-year-olds. Bullet holes come through the doors. Hope when you die they commemorate you. Life is a movie and it's in theaters. I got your mom's teary eyed, that precipitation. Nigga, when you die, did you get your favor? That's tomato sauce, signs 57. Catch a nigga, you behind where I left you. Tears on the dumb bitch face romantic. 2 straps on at the old Bo Jacksons. He cried tears of joy, then he got him tatted. Welcome to the funeral. Bustin' with the Uzi. Though they look like they saw Lucifer.
Well, damn, that was an intro right there. Bro, he just said, bustin' with the Uzi, though it looked like they saw Lucifer. Like, damn. At first, it started off like an emotional track. Actually, the entire track does have an emotional vibe because he even talks about how he's had to go to many funerals in his life. But at the same time, it had this aggressive type of tone towards the end. Like, he just went crazy with the flow. Like a crazy fast flow towards the end and just went to a very, very aggressive type of tone on the track. But I really wasn't expecting the intro to be that way, for sure. And that line right there was interesting, just the way he says it. Let's see how the second track is going to be, Mahogany.
Transport is what you asked for, don't ask me what I asked for. You can't answer Jason to who I'm raising, yeah, I'm spacing out. Oh, you faded, I'm faded out. Oh, you made it eagle, she spread it out, hit it out, yeah, I hit it out. I'm a Libra, I wear it out. I feel like I'm nasty with space.
This beat is so good right here. Wayne sounds great right here. I like this flow. So yeah, I love the way the track sounds, the beat, the production, but I just wanted to get a quick look into the lyrics and see what he actually said. Like an eagle, she spread it out, ate it out, yeah, I ate it out. I'm a Libra, I weigh it out. I like the way he did use Libra right there because in Spanish, Libra is way. So he's doing a double entendre right there. But I did like the flow a lot when it came to this track. Yeah, I'm reading right here. He did actually had a lot of good moments when it comes to the bars as well. Let's get right to the other track right here, my guy. Mamma Mia. Let's get right to this track.
Like I went to hogwash, cut the hog head and the tail off. I'm the nigga bitches put a spell on. An exclusive designers, excuse me, massages, masseuse me. Oops, I mean masseuse. You died in a movie, I write it, produce it. I cried as I viewed it, I'm lying. She from the States, that's overseas, pussy, foreign food, we over. And I just took off and landed on her face. Cannonball the face, drip banners, I'm feeling Shannon Sharp today. I'm ashing on his head, he ain't got no credit in his apple card today. What's in your wallet?
Bro, the way he just... It's like on every single track so far, it feels like he's going with a crazy type of flow, but then he just even comes with a crazier tone. Like the way he just... His voice sounded completely different towards the latter part right there. Like to the last part, I didn't even recognize that was Wayne at a certain point. Obviously, I know there's no feature on the track, so I know it's Wayne, but like I couldn't even recognize the tone of his voice, like the way he just switched it up entirely. And he just kept riding the beat, like it just kept saying anything right there pretty much. Track number 4 is I Do It. Big Sean Lil Baby. Let's see how it's gonna be right here.
You in my way need to move, bitch. How can I do everything and I'm still my count just cause it should be moved. Oh, every day I make my life like a rerun. If I take it, she can't give you no refund. I don't talk shit, bitch, I do it. Catch your body like Ray Lewis.
Football reference right there.
Buzz down the news, put it on my neck, now my neck is a nuisance. I am a mess, I am a mule and do this. I got money from 2002 and I ain't seen since 2002. They say I'm fast, but don't prove shit.
I loved how everybody sounded on this track right here. Big Sean sounded great in the chorus. And actually the background vocals, I think it actually was Wayne doing a high top of tone. but the way he actually did sound in the chorus accompanying Big Sean was actually very, very good. A very catchy hook. Lil Baby did actually start the track good as well. I did actually wanted to listen to a Big Sean verse when it came to the track, but it's okay because he actually does sound great on the hook. So I did actually enjoy the track either way, bro. Dreams is gonna be the next track.
Thank God it was just a dream. I'm having a dream of the party, yeah. I let in the purple body. Got a dream that I was broke. I ain't sleep with that same old sense. Scream. Thank God it was just a dream. I've been sipping all this lean, that's why my eyes are dreaming.
So this is my least favorite track so far. I didn't really connect with the sound. I did actually find it a bit funny the way he just shouted out, "Thank God it was just a dream," because he's talking about like he thought he woke up without a pull, without pretty much anything that he had, and that he was in a very like bad situation, in a very state of in a state of poverty pretty much. But at the same time, when it comes to the sound, honestly, I really didn't connect with it. I actually didn't really like this song that much, to be honest. I just didn't feel like it was as good as the other 4 tracks. But I do want to say, like, I hope people pay attention to when Wayne talks about the situations with lean. He references it when it comes to just talking about how it actually gives him these thoughts of seeing multiple Wheezys, and how like the California weed has him California dreaming. But I do want people to actually pay attention to that when it comes to the lean, because we know what happened with Juice WRLD previously. So I don't want people to actually take that lightly, because Wayne has been going through this situation with using lean for a very long time. So let's not take that lightly when he says that, and when he says he sees multiple Wheezys. Like, let's pay attention to that. But I really didn't like this song that much, to be honest. Stop Playing With Me is the other track. Let's see how this is actually gonna be, my guy.
Closed my eyes last night and had a dream I was dying. When I woke up, I was surprised. Like this, hold on, be comparing me. Shit is so embarrassing, no keep flattering. You think it's playtime? Well, bitch, it's game time and you won't stop playing with me. Sticky, icky like a itsy bitsy spider. They say to be or not to be. Well, fuck it, I'm thugging on the low. I'm balling on the high. I'm fucking on the floor. Snow, put my foot down in this bitch. These nigga twinkle toes, nigga sit down. You.
The production on this track is a bit disappointing. It doesn't really have a strong sound or a strong essence when it comes to this beat right here. It doesn't really. I feel like for how good Wayne's verse was when it came to his flow and his delivery, I feel like he definitely could have had a way better beat to this track right here. The only thing I didn't like when it came to Wayne's lines was when he said the twinkle toe line and the itsy bitsy spider line. Like, come on, Wayne. I know you, bro. You're the GOAT, but at the same time, because you're the GOAT and the greatest of the 2000s generation, like, don't say itsy bitsy spider and twinkle toe. Like, come on, bro. Hey. Okay, this beat switcher right here sounds nasty. This track is crazy. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that track right there, my guy, because certain parts just felt like the sound Wheezy was doing with his voice didn't fit. I did enjoy a lot of parts in the production right here. I did actually enjoy the beat more, but man, I don't really think I actually put this in a car and see myself listening to Wheezy just say shake that ass for the most part. I didn't really find this track enjoyable, man, to be honest. But damn, the beat at certain parts was really good. But I don't know, I just found this track to be just like Wheezy just having some fun, but not really a banger like that. I Do It was such a great track, bro. Like, the first 4 tracks are really, really good. JRock is one of the best in TDE for sure. Yeah, JRock is definitely one of my favorites from TDE. He just sounds great all the time. So I did enjoy his verse a lot. Why does Spotify always play the tracks automatically, bro? Like, I just pause the track, my God. I don't know why it does that shit all the time, but either way, Bang James a lot more better than the previous tracks right here. Stop Playing With Me and Clap For Him. I did enjoy the feature from JRock a lot. Not Me. Let's see how this track's gonna be right here.
Who gon' pop me? Who gon' pop me? Who gon' pop me? Bunch of niggas ain't looking like not me. Soda and codeine, that's a mixtape. And if you hatin', come and say it to my dick face. I told her give me dirty head, no shampoo. I like my blurred remedy, no capsules.
Bro, that line where he says, "She gives me dirty head, no shampoo" is hilarious. I actually find that line to be funny, but at the same time, I would enjoy listening to that part of the track compared to like the itsy bitsy spot in the twinkle toe. So that might be like a key difference. Like, there's certain parts, certain lines where you would think like, man, maybe is this corny, but at the same time, not actually sounds funnier than cornier. But when it comes to the track overall, maybe the production and the sound is not really one of my favorites as well, but I do feel like there's certain parts that are actually a lot more enjoyable than other tracks. Man, Adam Levine right here is just like a weird feature, to be honest, but let's see what happens.
Trust nobody, I don't need nobody else. Looking for some love, but it ain't looking for me. That's why she bite her tongue when she tell me that pussy for me. I was counting my mistakes, shit, we still learned along the way.
I just get these vibes of like Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth is the name of the other guy, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you know, every single time a rapper tries to combine with a pop artist, quote unquote, and then they just make like this emotional type of track that is kind of basic in certain instances. I probably won't listen to this track like in my car when it comes to putting the Funeral album and then looking for a specific track out of the 24. This really wouldn't be one because I'm really not that big of a Adam Levine fan. Let's go to the other track right here. Know You Know. It's not Now You Know, it's Know You Know.
Show your blood, I'm Dracula. Anytime forward, I'm black enough. That's how a rich nigga take the trash out, but I'm not a janitor.
If you know, you know that boy is still on for sure. I'ma need $1 million bitch in a minimum.
Come on, let's go. Get off of me. Hey. Yeah, I like the way Wayne sounds right here on the chorus, actually, a lot. That was a lot better. 2 Chainz sounded very, very good right here, my God. Like, 2 Chainz sounded great on this track. The way he just came into the track, I did enjoy the delivery a lot, and he actually had a lot of funny lines that at the same time, I would actually listen to this track a lot in my car because I just find the delivery from 2 Chainz funny. Overall, he's an artist that actually can deliver funny lines, but at the same time, keep it cool. Like, he's actually not making a corny line that you just wouldn't actually want to listen to the track because of it. I'll get shit Wayne. Wayne has a lot of references, man. So Wayne has had a lot of basketball references, football references. He did actually mention Dak Prescott. He did mention Ray Lewis. He did mention Westbrook. I'm a dog, I'm balling like Westbrook is pretty much what he's saying. But he actually has a track right here that's going to be called Harden, track number 13. But it's interesting because around this track, it did feel like at certain parts he was just freestyling, like he was just going with the flow of the beat. James Harden.
Perfect. I shouldn't need to work on nigga been working. I know you uncertain. You rap for me and I turned the blessing into a burden. I'm really sorry. I know it don't fix it. Nigga been wishing that I go reverse it.
This sounds great right here for sure. This sounds great.
Put me on trial. It was sick in your smile. I feel like James Harden. You block my jumper. Goddamn. Try to avoid the confront and enjoy the consumption.
Wow, Wayne sounds great right here. God damn. I love this track a lot. Wayne sounds great on the track, and at the same time, I did enjoy the basketball reference to James Harden. The way he pretty much talks about how she blocked his number like a James Harden, like blocking a James Harden jump shot. But overall, a nice basketball reference to Harden right here on the track with the title and just talking about it overall on the song. But the way it sounds is great. Like one of my favorite tracks, including the ones from the start. In comparison, like it actually compares very good to the ones I did enjoy in the beginning because it's actually a very, very good listen right here. I did enjoy this track a lot. Let's see how I Don't Sleep is gonna be featuring Takeoff, bro.
And if you sleeping on it, told you to rest in peace. I'm in my man cave, looking for some hoes on my DM, and I'm his back page.
Hey, I want to see how Takeoff sounds right here.
In my mansion, I'm getting naked with these bitches.
Really, I was with my other bitch from Italy.
Hey.
Just messing niggas trying to get the goals that I achieve. Me without
True.
the paper, I'm up.
Facts.
These niggas, they drinking no Tylenol. I give it the edge, give it the neck.
I don't sleep. Bed, bed, sheet.
Takeoff and Wayne sounded great on this track. I do enjoy the triple flow from Takeoff. The delivery right there was very, very smooth. Very, very good right there. The combination between Weezy and Takeoff is actually one that I didn't expect to go wrong because honestly, they just sound very, very, like, not similar, but you know, these are artists that would actually fit very nicely together. So when it comes to Migos and Wayne, like, this is actually a very good combination. And Takeoff, honestly, I feel like Takeoff is underrated when it comes to, like, the Migos because Quavo, of course, people talk about it when it comes to the hooks, and Offset actually has a very nice combination between hooks and delivery, but Takeoff is crazy when it comes to, like, just the flow in general, bro. Like, he's very, very good.
Lotus, I'm trying to talk her down, I need to focus. This love is dangerous. You are the end of days. You know when you're hot, we don't explode your
Without a doubt, the slowest track on this album, Sights and Silences, and it was expected because the feature is a dream, but a very, very slow track compared to a lot of the tracks over here that have a very, very fast pace, very, very fast flows from Wayne and even from the features. Maybe somebody who might be similar in type of pacing like the Adam Levine track, but honestly not really. That was a very slow track, a very smooth sound. I did enjoy it when it came to the Dreams verse. Not really verse, like the Dream singing overall, his part. But would I listen to this track? I'm not really sure. I actually am a person who does enjoy a slow type of vibe a lot, like I've mentioned previously in my reactions. So I might actually put this track, but not necessarily because of the content, just because of the sound. So the next track is Ball Hard, but I want to get to this track with X, Get Out of My Head, featuring XXXTENTACION, of course. Let's get right here to this track. I want to see how it's actually going to sound. That sounds like it's going to be aggressive right here. This sounds intense right here. Yeah, this song sounds like from 2017. It actually felt more like a X track than a Wayne track, to be honest. Like, it felt like Wayne was a feature. And that's actually saying a lot because there wasn't actually much of X in terms of the presence. It was actually the sound is what I'm talking about. But at the same time, man, that was a very dark track, like just the way it sounded entirely. It actually had like a creepy type of vibe, mostly because it just had like this very, very moody and dark beat that was actually very subtle at the same time, like just the type of ambience it was given entirely just felt like a very, very dark track. Like, that was actually an interesting listen at the same time because I was just hoping to see what actually came with X and Wayne, because I actually did enjoy the previous track Wayne had with X. He obviously didn't meet him, but he actually did have the feature. But this wasn't as good as the previous one, but it was actually a very weird experience to listen to. I'm actually going to do the other tracks together in a sequence and then talk about it because the album is way too long. This beat sounds amazing right here, my God. So these two tracks right here, Ball Hard and Bastard, sound amazing. I actually do enjoy these tracks a lot. Like the feature when it came to Lil Twist, I actually was surprised because he actually does sound really, really good. The way he made this reference of Westbrook once again with basketball references and saying he moves around like Russell Westbrook, triple double reference. The thing is, on certain tracks, some productions are actually not as enjoyable, but when it comes to the parts where it actually is really, really good, it actually sounds great. Because Bastard actually sounds great when it comes to the heavy bass it has, and the flow from Wayne actually sounds very, very, very concise and very, very, it's a very enjoyable listen when it comes to this track, Satan's Kid. He actually has that in parentheses, Satan's Kid. That's kind of funny at the same time.
I'm on the way too hard on this cloud. They gotta give me a personal file. I'm a thing got it, I'm not a statist. All of my jewelry is fucking ridiculous. I cannot really be serious. I'm on cloud nine, and nigga, you just on iCloud. I'm an icon. Been through a whole lot of bullshit, still smell nice. Just to whip you till you know the serial number by heart. I'm coming back with a dog, come back with the bag, the packaging all. Yeah, I put the stash in the wall.
I love the way the track Piano Trap sounds, specifically when it comes to the mid part of the song, that it actually switches to another beat. That just sounds amazing right there. Like the sounds when it comes to the piano and the combination. I mean, it actually does the name of the track justice, because when it gets to that mid part and it does that transition, that switch up, it sounds beautiful right there. And it actually sounds great as well, combined with Wayne's verse. So that's actually a very, very good track. The same thing goes for the beat on Line 'Em Up. It's interesting because right now the beats actually are sounding a lot better towards the end of the project. A lot better than at the middle part. Line 'Em Up has like this, I don't know if it's a kid or if it's somebody that, it's like in a different type of language, or maybe it's just like they did some different type of manipulation to the voice to sound like it's saying something else. But the person they have speaking throughout like this loop on the production just sounds great with the vibe and the energy that the track has overall, because it actually sounds, it's like an ala Bali. I think that's what the person is saying. But either way, it sounds beautiful. Like it actually just sounds great in the production overall. So with the track Nevermind, it felt like a very poppy track, a very lighthearted track, not aggressive at all. Very, very, even bubbly would be like an expression I would use. It definitely doesn't feel like any of the other tracks that have more of an aggressive tone. And even in comparison with Sights and Silences, that was a very, very slow track because it had the dream. It doesn't even have that type of sound. It just feels like a more poppy or pop-oriented track. Nevermind. He even talks about like, is it love, lust, or drugs? She's still gonna give me. I'm still gonna give my time to her because she doesn't judge me. So it's like about this woman, but at the same time, it feels like it's more of a pop-oriented track that is more lighthearted. I do prefer a lot more the track Darkside, just the tone it carries, and it actually has that resemblance of actually delivering a lot of different type of flows throughout the entire song, like the way he actually did at the first parts of the project.
I can't smoke Reggie. I be too edgy. My bitch is veggie. Bitch, I'm a legend. In the 70s, you with your buddies. I'm with my bloodies, and this ain't no flag, little nigga, this rugby. I got chicken, got the bow. I'm a whip it, got the pistol. That's my minute is. I'm a shit shot like a Hennessy. Bitch, I'm a shot. I play hard, you gon' let time is hard. I just go hard. It's part of my neck, it's part of my neck, it's part of my neck. Bitch, out of my medicine, ought to be extra.
Let me give my overall thoughts on this album right here, Funeral. First of all, the first 4 tracks are amazing. I definitely love the way it started with Funeral. The different type of, because it felt like an emotional track and then it just went to an aggressive type of tone, the different type of emotions it brought. Great intro to the album. Mahogany is my favorite track. Amazing beat, amazing delivery, amazing flow from Wayne. I did love the track Mamma Mia. I did actually enjoy the track I Do It a lot. Probably my second favorite track from the project. I did not enjoy Dreams that much. I just felt like the way he was shouting in the chorus didn't actually feel like a pleasant or an enjoyable listen. Stop Playing With Me didn't really feel like a track that I would gravitate towards. And as for Platform, it honestly felt like it was another track that I didn't gravitate towards because it just felt like The way he just kept talking about Shake That Ass. Honestly, it just didn't do anything for me when it came to the sound. Bing James, great feature from JRock. This is where I actually felt like it picked up once again when it came to the tracks. Did not really care for the tracks that felt like bubbly, pop-oriented tracks. Like the Adam Levine track honestly just reminded me, like I said previously, about Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth. Like when a pop artist wants to get with a rapper just to try to make a track that might be radio friendly. The same thing happened with Nevermind, even though it actually doesn't have a feature. It just felt like a track that is more pop oriented and that it actually doesn't relate or actually has a similar type of sound to the other tracks over here. To the last tracks, I definitely feel like this album actually picked it up once again because Wayne just went crazy with the deliveries and the flows, and the beats actually a very nice combination. I feel like if he actually cut some tracks from the middle and stayed with tracks from the end and from the beginning, this would be a very different type of experience when it comes to the album, because it actually feels like it would actually not just be quote-unquote cohesive, but actually a much better listen. Piano trap was amazing, like just the sounds it had right there to the mid part of the track. Fucking beautiful, just the production right there. And it combined with Wayne's verse very well. Piano trap is definitely a track you should pay attention to. Beautiful sounds. It's not a bad listen. Has some tracks in the middle that I didn't enjoy as much, but overall it has some tracks that I do enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Once again, subscribe for some other reactions, man. That's gonna be it. Lil Wayne funeral. I'm just happy that I actually got the ability to, and the availability as well, to release a project without having to worry about anything like Cash Money not letting him release the project, etc. That's gonna be it, bro. I'm out.